on November 8, 2020, the Austrian state launched an intelligence and police operation dubbed Operation Luxor. It was the biggest police operation since the Second World War. Hundreds of police officers raided the homes of 80 Muslims, imams, academics, activists and humanitarian organizations. They were raided, arrested and questioned under the pretext of financing and promoting terrorism. 4 years later, no one has been brought before the courts and all charges have been dropped. Courts called the operation politically motivated.
The aim of the operation was to silence the Muslim voices and institutions in Austria. A focus of this operation has been pro-Palestinian activism long before the 7th of October last year. The Austrian authorities use this as a pretext for further criminalization.
In response to the biased media reporting of the repression against Muslims, activists founded an organization to inform the public of the events.
We organized around a week after Operation Luxor because we felt that there was a vacuum in the community. Nobody was speaking about it. Nobody was doing anything against it. So the first thing that we did was we put ourselves in contact with the survivors of Operation Luxor. We collected their witness testimonies, and a year into Operation Luxor, we published our first report where we highlighted the human and children's rights violations.
While all charges related to the raids in November 2020 have been dropped, the repression against Muslims and political activists has markedly increased since then.
The infrastructure set up as part of this operation 4 years ago is now used against pro-Palestinian activists since last October. The mechanisms of repression have been widened from Muslims to all pro-Palestinian activists.
An organization targeted by the police and intelligence service is the humanitarian organization Rahma Austria. In May of this year, the police confiscated over €500,000 of donations designated for humanitarian aid projects in Gaza, Lebanon, Turkey and Yemen.
The higher regional court decided that the money needs to be brought back, sent back to Rahma, which is actually good news. But there's still the problem that we ourselves don't have an bank account because we are still listed on the list where it doesn't allow us to have a bank account.
Funds for Gaza were also collected at the Sunday evening event on the premises of the Palestinian community in Austria.
4 years after several dozen family homes were raided in the early morning hours, the anti-Muslim police and intelligence operation is widely considered a legal failure. However, repression and harassment against the Muslim community continue. Since Operation Al-Aqsa flood last year, Austria has witnessed a sharp rise in anti-Muslim racism and Islamophobic sentiments promoted by pro-Israeli media and politics.